What's up everybody, welcome back to another Tera video. In today's video I will be going over the crystals that I use and possibly the same crystals for your chosen class. So by that I mean, you know, the crystals that I use may be the same crystals you use, or you might not know about the crystals that I'm using. Excuse me. My voice is going out a little bit. But yeah, I will be going over my weapon crystals, my armor crystals, the crystals I use for my accessories, so on and so forth. And I do go over and switch through a lot of crystals. So if you guys are ready, I'm ready too. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to all my peoples that's been, you know, watching my videos, subscribing, you know, showing that love and support. Really appreciate it. But if you guys are new and you guys do like my videos, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and there will be more to come. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Alright, so for my armor crystals, what I like to use for PvE purposes, both dungeoning and soloing, is the Hardy Niveauts and the Relentless Niveauts. The Hardy Niveauts because they reduce damage from the monsters by 8.1%. And I like to split both of these up 50-50, 2 Relentless, 2 Hardys when I'm doing that, because I just like, you know, the even balance. I mean, but you guys can do 3-1, Relentless and Hardy, or however you guys like, but those are the 2 that I generally use for my Berserker, and it just works out great. Now for the PvP crystals, what I like to use is the Resolute Niveaut, because this one reduces the damage taken by 9.9% when you're below 50% health. This is really good, especially if you're Berserker class or a class that eats up your own health when you're doing damage, because eventually you will drop down to 50% health in PvP. And that will just help overall because you're reducing all damage, skill damage, everything by 10%. And that's just going to help you out overall. The other crystal I use is the Fine Protective Niveaut, because this one increases the chance to resist crits by 10%, well 9.9%, when you're below 50% health. This one is also good because once you hit that 50% mark, you're going to have a chance to resist crits by an additional 10%. That, in my opinion, is crazy good. I don't like getting crit. I don't know if you guys like getting crit on, but I don't like getting crit on. But yeah, those 2 crystals, in my opinion, go together perfectly. Plus with the Relentless crystal for that extra health, I mean, it just works. It works for me, and it might work for some others. But yeah, for those are the crystals that I use for my PvE and my PvP for my defensive side. Now for my offensive PvE crystals, I use Focus, Slaying, Savage, and Wrathful Niveauts. The Focus Niveaut increases crit power by towards enraged monsters by 1.78. The Slaying crystal increases crit power by 1.64% when you're below 50% health. The Savage Niveaut increases crit power while attacking from the front by 1.26%, and Wrathful increases crit power by 1.58% when you're behind. Those are all my PvE crystals when I'm doing dungeons and stuff like that. That stuff just stacks like crazy. Here's an example. If you're attacking from the front and you're 50% below health, plus the monster's enraged, your damage, if you have the Nostramon, which is an additional 1.72% crit power, your crit power is gonna be it's gonna jump up to 8.40% while attacking from the front. When you're attacking from behind with the Wrathful, that one's going to increase your crit power by 8.72%. That is 8.72 times your crit. So if you're critting for, I don't know, 1,000, let's do small numbers, 1,000, you're going to be critting for 8,720 if you attack from behind. that is crazy high numbers. That's if everything is active and you're just bombing on the mobs. Now for my PvP crystals, I still use the Savage Nivyat and I still use the Wrathful Nivyat. The only thing that changes out are the increased power against enraged monsters and the increased power when below 50% health against monsters. And I change those out with 3 different types of crystals depending on the situation. The crystals are Focused Nivyat, not Focused Nivyat, the Virulent Nivyat, the Forceful Nivyat, and the Cruel Nivyat. The Forceful Nivyat, when you crit somebody from behind, you're getting a power buff of like 20 for 10 seconds, which is, really good. That will increase your damage by a lot. The other one is the Cruel Nivyat, and that one increases your crit power after a knockdown by, I think, 0.43% after a knockdown. And it doesn't have to be a crit on knockdown, it just has to be a knockdown. And, as a Zerker or any class that does knockdown chains, they will always have that buff on them if they're constantly knocking somebody down. The ones I switch in between a lot, I always have the Cruel, but the ones I switch in between a lot are the Virulent and the Forceful. The Virulent, it just does poison when you knock somebody down, and it's a crit knockdown. And that really helps out a Berserker DPS a lot. It could help out anybody's DPS really if they have those knockdown chains. But yeah, those are the 2 that I switch out. I normally keep the Virulent on most of the time with my Zerker. Unless I'm feeling kind to people and I don't want to kill them in duels, then I'll switch it out for the Forceful. But yeah, those are my defensive and offensive crystals for both PvE and PvP. I'll show some video clips of how they work and just the benefits you're going to get from them. So yeah, I'll go ahead and pop those videos up when it gets to them. Also, I almost forgot to mention that my accessory Nivyats, they're just all cane pierced. It increases your crit factor by 6. So I have my rings and my earrings, they all have them, and that's just to help crit builders, Berserkers with their crit build, and anybody else is building a crit build for their class. Alright, so right here is an example of how the Virulent Nivyat works. You can see the DOT damage just going off. So that's pretty much it. That's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully it was helpful for a lot of you guys who are new to Tera and are playing on the PS4. That's all I really try and do is help a lot of you guys out. But yeah, if you guys like my video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. I do try and post videos every week. If I don't do it every week, it's probably because I'm busy and real life stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let the rest of the video play out. Just a little summary here. These guys were outside Velica camping me. I'm a pretty big target over here for some reason. I don't know why. So yeah, they jumped me, and for some reason there's still a little bug with the Berserker when you're fighting up and downhill. A lot of the moves don't work, or it'll just go over the person. So I said, alright, let's go to the bottom on a flat surface, and they honored it. They got me the first time, but as you can see here, I got my little revenge going on, and then eventually it became a 2v1, and yeah, it just turned out crazy. But yeah, hopefully you guys liked the video and enjoy.